Father's Day used to feel like just another Sunday, but this year something changed. Not because of a big gift or some grand plan, it was a small moment for my daughter that hit me hard. If you're a parent doing everything you can while carrying the full weight of responsibility, you're going to feel this one. Because what happened this Father's Day left a mark I'll never forget. I'm Tony. I'm a single dad raising two daughters. I'm sharing my experiences so I can help others and build a community. So, Father's Day didn't used to mean much to me. But something happened this year that changed that completely. So last year, I just had a simple dinner with my family. Nothing bad, just nothing memorable. Our daughters were with me, which is always a win. But that day faded fast. It came and went like any other regular Sunday. This year was different. Not because of anything flashy, it was quiet, simple. My 8-year-old gave me a laminated card. On there, it asked, "What's your favorite thing about your dad?" And she wrote one word, the word everything. I just stared at that. That word stayed with me. I've been grinding these past 3 years after separation, posting more content about my experiences, connecting with other single dads every week, reading what other dads are going through on the Facebook groups and Reddit online. I even started a free community so we can support each other. This Father's Day hit me right in the middle of that journey. And that one word from my daughter, that reminded me of why I am showing up every single day. Even the small things leave a deep mark, especially on our kids. But even when you're doing everything right, this day can still feel lonely. You can be surrounded by people and still feel alone on Father's Day. There's this quiet pressure to smile like this. But when you're the only one holding everything together, that feeling doesn't always land the way people expect it to. You think about the mornings you got them ready alone, the bills you handled. You think about the things you gave up, the part of yourself you never talked about. Then you open your phone and you see the posts. Perfect family in matching outfits. This is why social media is bad. Dads opening gifts with their wives and kids around, and you're just there, sitting in the quiet. That kind of silence is hard. But it's not uncommon. I've seen it in every dad I've talked to this year. Strong men who shows up every day, who don't complain, who don't ask for anything, but who feels the same quiet space inside. What changed for me was hearing their stories. Seeing that meant I wasn't alone. The biggest reminder don't come from big moments. They come from your kids when you least expect it. So that one word I mentioned earlier from that card changed the way I saw Father's Day. She just wrote what she felt, everything. That one word carried more meaning than any other celebration could. It told me she sees it, all of it. The work, the love, the time, the presence. Even if she can't explain it yet, she feels it. That's what parenting really is. It's not about what we say, it's about how we live. She knows who wakes her up and who helps her with homework and who listens. She sees who leads with calm when things are stressful. She knows I show up, and the same goes for my younger daughter. She clings to me. She always wants to sit next to me all the time. They both do. They're proof that the work is paying off, that I'm building a bond that matters. Most people only see the surface, the smiles, the routines, the way your kids behave in public. So after the separation, I had to rebuild everything. There was no time to feel sorry for myself, no space for excuses. I had to create structure from the ground up. Now, I'm more organized than I've ever been. My daughters are thriving in good schools. I'm making the most money I've ever made. I'm posting content, running a community, and showing up at work like it matters. But even in all that, I still catch myself asking if it's enough. Can I be more patient? Can I be more present? Am I missing something? That mental weight doesn't leave. You carry it quietly. You hold it in so your kids never have to. Because that's what the role requires. And the truth is, I don't need outside validation. I see it in how my daughter moves through the world. But every now and then, I stop and I look at what I built. Because everything we built for them now shapes who they become later. That's the next layer. That's where legacy starts. You won't always see the impact right away, but your kids are watching everything. They see how you talk when you're tired. They watch how you handle stress. They feel how you show up when it matters. I see it in small ways with my daughters. They speak up with confidence. They lead their friends at school. They problem solve without panicking. They want to do the right thing even when no one's looking. That's daily influence stacking up over time. Every time I listen, stay calm, or keep my word, I'm showing them how to live. Not just how to behave, but how to be a good human, how to lead. These are the moments that matter. Not the holidays, not the celebration. It's who you are in the day-to-day that gets passed down. They will become the product of what you consistently show them. And when you start seeing those habits reflect back at you, you realize something simple and powerful. You are already building their future. But it only works if you also take the time to acknowledge your own growth. But most fathers don't do that enough. We celebrate our kids all the time, but most of us rarely stop to celebrate ourselves. Father Day gives you that moment, not to be praised, but to take inventory of who you become. This year, I finally gave myself credit. I looked at my life, I looked at my journal, I looked at my stuff that I wrote. My daughters are healthy and they're thriving. They're loved. They're safe. They're learning how to be strong and kind at the same time. I build structure around our mornings, systems to keep our days tight. Work is getting better. I'm earning more. I'm on a track for a promotion. I'm in better shape than I've ever been. And most importantly, I am consistent. That matters more than the talent, more than resources, more than what anyone thinks. Because my daughters aren't growing up around chaos. They're growing up around focus. They see the effort. And I'm doing a great job. And when you realize that, you start seeing your role as a parent in a much bigger way for the world your kids will step into. That's where your impact really expands. The way you raise your kids shape how they show up in the world. I think about that a lot now. How I respond when things get hard, whether I stay calm or lose control. How I speak when no one's watching. My daughters are learning all of it by watching me. To be kind under pressure, to stay focused when things get chaotic, to make decisions with confidence even when they're scared. That means I have to live that way first. Every day is a test of that. When something goes wrong, I stay composed. When I fail, I admit it. When I say I'll be there, I will show up. They're paying attention, and I don't take that lightly. That's why I set routines. Legacy doesn't get built in big moments. It gets built in your consistency, in the way your kids feel when they're around you. Safe, loved, clear on what matters. That's how I lead at home. And that's how I hope they'll lead when they step out into the real world. Even the strongest parents need support. Not help with basic, support with the mindset. So for a long time, I did everything alone. I handled the schedule, I managed the house, I built the routines, kept my emotions locked up because I thought that was strength. But the truth is, silence gets heavy. And it doesn't make you stronger, it just wears you down very slowly. What changed everything for me was connecting with other dads. We started meeting weekly, talking about parenting, money, co-parenting, discipline, and everything in between. It reminded me that I'm not the only one pushing through like this. It's about staying connected, about making sure you keep leading from a place of strength. Strong families start with a strong father, and strong fathers stay strong by choosing not to isolate. That's how you stay in this for the long run, because the longer you stay in it, the more your legacy grows. And that's exactly what Father Day reminded me of this year. Father Days isn't about celebration, it's about legacy. I don't care about gifts. I don't need a special dinner. I care about who my daughters will become. That's the scoreboard I check. They're learning from me. This role as a father is the most important leadership I will ever do. Every choice I make gets passed on. That's why I take it seriously. That's why I show up every single day, and I get a lot of fulfillment from this. And now, when this day comes around, it's not just a reminder of where I've been, it's a checkpoint that shows me where I'm going next. You don't need a perfect life to be a great dad. So happy Father's Day. Drop a comment and share your most unforgettable Father's Day moment. Big or small, I want to hear it.